Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I actually got invited to this little weekend retreat thing, which I just happened to get myself invited to these things. I don't know how. I mean, I guess I just attract them, but it's really awesome. I'm in this like bunk bed area. One of my teachers in my yoga teacher training shared, I forget who it was, but this really famous author was giving a speech and he sat there in front of this huge crowd for like 10 minutes, not saying a thing and just thinking about what he wanted to share. And that's the kind of presence that I want to cultivate, like really just speaking when I feel called to speak and just making every action and thought and word that much more intentional. I think it's just a really great way to direct your energy in the right place, and we're like leaking energy through all of our senses by speaking, by smelling, by eating, by hearing. Like that's why we have to go to sleep and kind of recalibrate and give our brain a rest, but we are kind of like leaking prana through all of our senses. And so when you fine tune your awareness on like which ways you're exerting your energy, it just makes it that much more potent where you choose to direct it. Like, okay, I'm gonna focus all of my senses, all of my intention into this moment, this creation, this meal. And I just feel like it's so much more rewarding, and I don't know, I'm just really into this idea that you can completely change your life around, especially being someone who has, you know, experienced domestic abuse, and in many ways it still affects my day-to-day life, even though it's not as painful to think about. There's still conditioning around that, so knowing that like I do have the power to transform and recondition all the things that have happened to me and direct my energy in a whole new way that can, you know, create more abundance in my life, more joy and more peace and more presence, most importantly, is just like something that I'm so grateful to have found as a result of my circumstances and my upbringing. So yeah, I just wanted to take you guys on this journey. This is just coming from like such a good place in my heart. I just really want to create the things that I want to create. So I hope you like it. There are awesome rugs here. Look at that rug. It's so cute. Oh my god. I'm wearing some necklaces. Okay. Good night. Is that a mini harmonium?
It's called Shruti Box. But it does similar sounds to a harmonium.
So, how do you feel after this morning's practice?
Great. Alive, vibrant, happy, excited.
So I started out my day with some herbal tea. This is some loose leaf green tea mixed with some other leaves, and it's just my favorite way to start my day.
Muchas gracias, thank you.
Miguel and Natavi were the chefs and hosts for the weekend, and they made some coconut cashew yogurt, yummy mixed nut granola, and some fruit salad. I couldn't think of the word for a second. And I'm actually allergic to cashews, so I couldn't have the granola or yogurt, so I just had some avo toast and banana, which was super yummy. And then I laid down to read The Alchemist for the 5th time while everyone was on a hike. It was super rainy, so I decided to stay and take time for myself. And then before you know it, there was another lunch feast, and we made some yummy ginger carrot soup, and there were some roasted hemp seeds on top, which I've never had. They were 10 out of 10. Also some cilantro, basmati rice with veggies, amino acids, and tomato, and then the most delicious asparagus with these fresh leek type onion things. And then a little bit later for a snack, they made some yummy popcorn with some maple syrup, nutritional yeast, and I think that was it. And it was so good. I highly recommend you try this. I had like 4 bowls of it, let's be real, it was so good. And this afternoon we learned some herbology and mixology stuff, so I was just making a little concoction with hibiscus tea and lemon juice and some like essential oils. And some freshly picked, as you can see, mint, and it was so yummy. I want to take a whole herbology class and learn all about these things, man. It's just alchemy. It's so cool. And this was the backyard. I ended up taking a walk, and it was really, really lovely. This was upstate New York, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. This was in Bethel. And then for dinner, we had some roasted beets with rosemary, some mushroom patties with walnut, and then mustard tahini sauce on top. I don't like mushrooms, but that was actually really good. And then we had an avocado salad with watermelon, zucchini, parsley, or cilantro, I'm not sure which one. And then a roasted potato puree with corn, green peas, and spinach, and a whole lot of love actually in all of these dishes. That was probably the main ingredient. And then some baked chickpeas, which are my favorite thing ever, and those had really nice seasonings on them. And of course there was a yummy green salad with homemade dressing. And for dessert, I had some avocado cacao mousse with coconut shavings on top, and then a mixture of dates and shredded almonds on the bottom as a little crust, and this was so good. Really easy to make if you have a blender or food processor. And then it was breakfast time. For breakfast, there was lavender chia pudding with dried cranberries and hemp on top of that, the roasted hemp, and coconut shavings.
Sweet potatoes, seasoned with turmeric, cumin, cayenne pepper, coconut oil, and some cilantro. This is a fresh green salad with just a little olive oil, salt, and lemon. A beautiful fruit creation made by Jules.
Beautiful.
All organic. Yes, with all organic, yummy fruit. Here we have the gluten-free rye toast and the vegan cinnamon raisin toast. And if you would like, you can butter it with coconut oil. So oil it, I guess, not butter it. And there's almond butter here.
And this is what my plate looked like. It was so nourishing. All the food here really inspired me to diversify the things that I've been eating and just keep allowing myself to eat the healthy fats that I need, because I used to be really afraid of them after going on the HCLF diet. My body felt so amazing after this weekend and just so full of energy. Thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires your next vegan meal. I was watching it.